Aquarius, hi, hello, and welcome or welcome back. If you guys are new here, my name is Leah, aka the Cosmic Rose. We are diving into your general and love energies with tarot and oracle. So we'll start off with your general energies, Aquarius, and then we'll dive into love in the second half of the reading. Personal readings down in the description box and the pinned comment. Feel free to flip and reverse the roles, and these readings are timeless. So whenever you come across a reading is when the reading is good for you. So starting off in your general energies, Aquarius, we do have Taurus coming out. Cultivate, card number 2. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you aren't already, guys. It really does help my channel out. If you find this reading helpful, entertaining, or you get some sort of benefit or it resonates with you, then you might as well join our family here on the channel. I also have a TikTok and an Instagram if you're interested in those. All the information is down below. All right, Aquarius. We have the 4th house, home, card number 42. Some of you guys are 42 years old. I'm getting life path 6 here. Also life path 2 could be significant. Some of you guys are born in February 2nd. Or the 22nd in general, not the 22nd of February, but the 22nd of any month. One more for Aquarius and we'll start clarifying. We have solar flares activate, card number 17. Interesting. I want to see where my hand split the deck at. Uranus change. And what is on the top of the deck here? We have Jupiter abundance, card number 23. So it does seem like you are going through significant shifts right now, and something is being activated with this solar flares card here. It's card number 17, activate, quite literally. And then also something on, so this could either be in regards to your home, property, your family. The 4th house deals with a large group of different things. Of course, I am an astrologer, but I'm also a tarot reader. So when I'm doing the tarot readings with the astrology cards, I'm reading them more intuitively. But in an actual literal and logical sense, the 4th house can correspond to home, family, parents. It can be the home that you come from or the home that you make for yourself. It can also have to do with our roots, our ancestral line or our lineage. It can have to do with like your physical property or physical home, something in the home. You guys could be trying to fix something in your place of where you reside, your home. Some of you guys are moving, or you're trying to financially prepare yourselves to be able to move. Let's go ahead and clarify a little bit here. What else is going on? What is this Taurus energy for Aquarius? You guys could have Taurus placements or be connected to a Taurus. I have 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you guys are focusing on your money, trying to get your money right. Some of you are getting your money right. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of self-sufficiency. Comes before the 10 of Pentacles, which is like family legacy type energy. Ooh, the Devil card. Some of you guys, you are getting your money right, but you're not going about it in a very healthy manner. Some of you guys are doing some shady business, like getting your money right. It's not going to be for all of you. Some of you guys are involved in like sex work, or you guys could have like an OF. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but there's just something weird or dark or sinister or like some sort of shadow element here as to, this isn't for all of you, by the way. These are general public readings for the sign of Aquarius, all placements of Aquarius, but there's some darker energy surrounding finance. Bottom of the deck, I have 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the Temperance card. There's this energy that's trying to come in for you, that's trying to help you either get out of either what you're doing, how you're making money, or get out of a financial rut that you've been in. So this could be somebody that's trying to lend a hand to you, trying to collaborate with you, trying to make some sort of business partnership with you, or just trying to steer you in the right direction towards healing, growth, and like balance. Temperance with the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Or this could almost be something that you're longing for or wishing for, because maybe you don't enjoy what you're doing. Maybe you know what you're doing isn't like aligned holistically with who you are. It doesn't necessarily have to be sex work, but it can also be like maybe you work for, I don't know, maybe you're a car salesman, because that's just like a stereotypical one. Like people say car salesmen are you know, kind of liars and they deceive people and they're not really full of integrity, that type of thing. So you could be in a line of work that maybe isn't quote unquote bad, but it's just like not in alignment with you. So you're hoping and wishing for some sort of outside help or almost like something to motivate you to get out of what you're currently doing, because yeah, maybe your finances are looking better or will be looking better. So ultimately there's a shadow aspect of yourself that is at play here, and that needs to be nipped in the bud. So either you need to resolve that within yourself and figure out how you can continue doing what you're doing without shame or guilt, you know, like arising because of this. Even if this is on a subconscious level, this is where shadow work comes in. Let's see, let's just keep going. Why is the 4th house home card here? The 10 of Cups. I mean, honestly, your energy doesn't look bad except for that Devil card so far. The 8 of Cups, interesting. I wasn't expecting that 8 of Cups. I spoke too soon. 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, the 3 of Pentacles, and there's that 6 of Swords again. So there's almost like this energy of some of you guys are trying to relocate. Some of you guys are trying to save money so that you can buy a home or go to a new place to live. Maybe, you know, saving up to get your own place or get an apartment or get a home, to rent a home, to buy a home, whatever the case may be for you. That's only going to be for a select few of you. But I'm also getting some like emotional difficulties with this 10 of Cups, with the 8 of Cups, because it's contradicting, right? The 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card, especially emotionally. It's like the happy family, happily ever after, emotional fulfillment. And the 8 of Cups is leaving something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling you. So there could be this facade that's being projected, or at least that you're showing the world, of happiness and you being emotionally fulfilled and having your happily ever after and being a happy family. You know, I'm saying this lucratively because I don't even know if that's the right word, but I'm saying this lucratively because it doesn't necessarily have to be in a family dynamic, although family is certainly highlighted here, but there's something that is emotionally dissatisfying you internally, making you want to escape, whether that's physically or emotionally, but most of you it's going to be emotionally. You're trying to wait for the right time to do something. Why is this solar flares activate card here for Aquarius? 5 of Cups. Yeah, there could be the Knight of Cups. And we do have a lot of solar flares in solar activity right now. So that could be activating something. I just got Leo in my head. Some of you guys could have Leo placements. Of course, you are Aquarius placement, and Aquarius opposes Leo. So I always say that Leo placements are affected by solar activity more so than other placements because they're ruled by the sun, obviously. But there's something either about the transiting astrology or solar flare activations or something that is affecting your energy and almost making you realize some sort of emotional discomfort that maybe you haven't been honest with yourself about. So it could be tied to this Devil energy in your work or your finance situation or business or whatever the case may be for you. I just also think there's either family or possibly a love relationship, although I'm not getting that for most of you. We're going to dive into love in just a moment. I feel like there's some sort of emotional discomfort that's either being triggered from childhood, where you live, your family, your home, your parents, your roots, ancestors, lineage, etc. Maybe you're like something is coming, maybe it's almost like you're doing something for work to save money to get where you want to go. Ultimately, what you're doing isn't what you want to be doing long term, or you know that it's not spiritually aligned with you to do that, but you don't want to have the same hardships that your family had when you were young, or what you saw your family or your parents go through financially. You know, you don't want to go through that same situation. So you're putting yourself in a situation that is triggering shadows, but ultimately the goal is to gain some sort of self-sufficiency, which is understandable. But you have to make sure that you're doing the shadow work and nipping that guilt, shame, or shadow aspect of yourself that hasn't been looked at. You need to nip that in the bud so that it's not going to affect you long term. So let's go ahead and get advice, and we'll move on to love. Advice here, 6 of Cups, yep. Certainly things from childhood or the past definitely need to be looked at here. With the 3 of Swords, yeah, Judgment. There is something that needs to be let go of from the past in order for you to move to your next like elevation or graduation, right? The 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. There's something that's being triggered for you emotionally, specifically from your past. It could be childhood, it could be a past relationship, it could be family, it could be a relationship with a family member, it could be something from a past life. But for a lot of you, I'm getting home and family, parents, roots, lineage, ancestry. So this is something that's being triggered for you right now in order for you to look at and ultimately release it, because we have the Judgment card here with the Three of Swords and the Six of Cups. So whatever it is quite painful, but it's meant to be painful to get your attention so that you can ultimately do the work to let it go and move on. So we're gonna move on to love for you, Aquarius. If you're watching on TikTok, you can hop over to my YouTube. Personal readings for astrology and tarot down at the link below. Okay, let's see here. Aquarius. What is going on in love for my Aquarian babies? My Uranus-ruled aliens. I'm just kidding. I have an Aquarius moon, so I'm not biased or anything. I love my Aquarians. All right. Aquarius in love. I just had one flip over. Four of Pentacles. Is somebody not showing their true emotions in some sort of love dynamic here? Is that you, Aquarius? No, it couldn't be you. I'm just kidding. I actually hate that stereotype of Aquarius. Knight of Wands. Somebody could be a little bit like sexually frustrated. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say that. So somebody could be frustrated about some sort of passionate endeavors between you and this person. And the Temperance card. Okay. So with that Temperance card coming out after the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and then the Temperance card, there's almost like this energy of, I'm just going to keep saying it just because I don't know if I'm allowed to or not, but there's some sort of energy of sexual frustration or somebody holding back with the passion they have for you. But there is ultimately an energy of being able to heal through this energy. Now, I don't know if this is a relationship that's established, somebody you're dating, somebody you just met, but we do have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So it's almost like somebody could have recently gotten over or is in the process of trying to recover from a bad relationship or something bad that happened within this relationship, and maybe that's why there hasn't been any chemistry or passion between the two of you. So if this is something that happened between the two of you, you are wanting some sort of emotional renewal, some sort of new beginning to recover from whatever this Tower moment was. And you're waiting for that to manifest. Some of you have felt like somewhat abandoned, whether physically or emotionally, or just like left out or not paid attention to. Like you feel a little bit neglected in a sense. The Page of Pentacles. There might need to be a conversation that's had about your wants, needs, desires, and hope for emotional renewal. But somebody needs to step up and open that line of communication. I don't even know. You guys could live together. You could not. If you guys don't live together, maybe make that phone call or send that text message if that's what you prefer. Or if you guys do live together, you know, initiate a conversation rather than just going about your usual every single day when you're not really talking about anything that is of depth and importance, right? So what is this Four of Pentacles here for Aquarius? Knight of Wands. Again. Ace of Cups again. Somebody is holding back both their love and emotion as well as their passion and sexual attraction, etc. Why is this Knight of Wands here for Aquarius? Okay. Page of Swords. Yeah, somebody needs to initiate a conversation. Just make sure that it goes calmly and smoothly as possible. Like making sure that your energy is grounded if you decide to initiate this conversation, because the Page of Swords can sometimes get a little bit heated and a little bit spiteful with their words. You could also feel like this person has options. So this could obviously be somebody, if you guys aren't in a committed relationship, you might feel like this person has options. So you're afraid to initiate this conversation. Or you're afraid that maybe this person has interest in someone else. Why is this Temperance card here? The Tower. And the Three of Swords. Yeah, so a lot of you guys could be connected to a fire sign, specifically Sagittarius could be significant here. I also have air sign energy. I'll get majors at the end, but I don't know if this Tower moment has already happened, or if this is something like you're afraid of happening, or if this is energy from a past relationship that's being brought into this one that's preventing you from being able to move forward. It's like an energetic block. But if you're afraid of a Tower moment happening with this person, you know, and you're afraid of getting your heart broken with this person, I honestly think it's quite the opposite. And even if that was the case, like you can't hold yourself back from the possibility of love or a romantic partnership, or even like, I don't have the energy of a soul contract on the board, but just as an example, you can't avoid a soul contract relationship per se. And if you're meant to be with this person, you will be with this person if you make the choice to do so. But if you're avoiding a situation specifically for not getting your heart broken, you're missing the evolutionary lesson behind it, right? So if you're meant to get your heart broken by this person, you will. But remember, the main card we're clarifying is the Temperance card, which is about healing. I always associate it with Archangel Michael. So there's almost like this element of healing that I think that you're either not seeing, or you're not giving yourself the chance to fully feel into the possibility that this person could actually heal you as opposed to harm you. And like I said, even if they do end up hurting you or breaking your heart, it's ultimately going to end in you healing from it and learning the evolutionary lesson. But somebody definitely needs to initiate a conversation here, because I think there's a possibility for emotional renewal. If this is a new relationship, there's a possibility that this person definitely does feel the same way, but you'll never know unless you initiate the conversation. What is Aquarius's advice? So we have the Queen of Wands again, fire sign energy. Yeah, I feel like that Four of Pentacles, whoever's holding back is you. You're afraid of being deceived, hurt, lied to, stolen from, cheated on. Seven of Swords. And maybe just communicate that. Like, you know, it's okay that you've been through things. It's okay that you're still healing. Everybody thinks you have to be 100% healed to get into a new relationship, or to even date, or like entertain the thought of seeing new people, which is not true at all. But if you're honest and upfront with this person, like, I'm a little bit hesitant to start dating again or to get into a relationship because I'm afraid this, and this is going to happen to me again. Maybe this person can have some understanding and hold space for you moving forward, right? And the Seven of Cups again. Yeah, you have all the power to make this happen, Aquarius. You know, I almost feel like you're living in La La Land and you're living in fantasy land. Like, you're never going to get anywhere by sitting and not initiating a conversation or making a move, or let's just say asking this person out or taking this person up on their offer to go out. Like, you're never going to get where you want to go, because you're obviously energetically invested in this person or this situation in some way. So you do want it on some level, but you're not allowing yourself to put yourself out there and to experience what the possibility could be. And there's no way to know unless you put yourself in the position. So my best advice for you would be to ground your energy and put down your walls and your reserves and communicate your feelings openly and honestly, what you feel. You know, don't be afraid of getting hurt. Everybody's going to get hurt, but that's all part of why we're here in Earth School learning things, right? So yeah, that's all I have for you, Aquarius. personal readings for astrology and tarot down in the description box in the pinned comment. And I will see you next time, Aquarius. I love you.